Well, hi, this is Pastor Dan Schultz from Zion Lutheran Church, Hopkins, Minnesota, coming to you today, another Thursday devotion on March 11th, 2001. Glad you could join me today. And today I've got a devotion that'll talk a little bit about priorities and what our priorities are and maybe where they should be. This devotion is called The First Commandment. Exodus 20, verses 2 and 3. I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. You shall have no other gods before me. Now, if you or I had written the Ten Commandments, you may have prioritized some of them over the others. For instance, you might say the most important commandments are you shall not murder and you shall not commit adultery. After all, no matter how our culture is going, it seems like we could all agree that murder and adultery are wrong. Yet it's so interesting that God began the Ten Commandments in the way that he did, saying, I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. You shall have no other gods before me. You see, that first commandment deals with everything, where our priorities should be, and from God then comes everything else. Jesus said, and you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your strength. This is the first commandment. So when we get down to it, we'll have the Ten Commandments working in our lives if we place God as our priority. If we love God with all of our hearts, souls, and minds, then we won't have other gods before him. We won't bow down before false images of God or take his name in vain. We won't prioritize things over him. If we love God with all of our hearts, souls, and minds, then we'll set aside a day to worship him. We won't steal from others or lie to them or murder them and so on. The reality is that if we love God, we'll do the right thing and we'll want to honor him in the right way. It all starts with God's place in our lives because we'll serve what we worship. If God isn't number one in your life, then everything else will be in chaos. But if God is number one in our lives, then everything else will find a proper balance. I thought that was a nice short devotion for the day and shows where our priorities often are in the wrong spots. If we, in fact, love the Lord, that means we honor him, see him as the height of everything in all of creation. If we do that, if culture does that, if our families do that, if we're raised to do that and we raise our kids to do that, then things are going to turn out pretty well. Everything else will flow from that first commandment. Reminds me of our Lenten coins that we have available. We still have some available at Zion. If you want to come and pick some up during the week or even on a weekend or a Wednesday night if you're there, we do have some of those available. And on one side it has that verse, love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. And then on the other side is love your neighbor as yourself. The one flows from the other when we place God in our highest priority. I thank you for being with me on this Thursday devotion. Can't wait to see more and more of you in person as you're getting vaccinated and things are opening up and social distancing is hopefully becoming some language that we will set aside for a while now that summer is coming. But hope you're all safe. Hope you're all well. Please give me a call, email me, get a hold of me somehow if you want to chat. Look forward to seeing you next time, and I hope you have a blessed day.